So selling your home can be overwhelming. There's no question. There's a lot of moving parts to this process. A common question I get asked a lot is, should I fix this? Do I have to fix this? Is it worth my time and money if I do? Or is there actual return on investment if I fix certain things? After selling literally hundreds of homes over the last 20 years and seeing what's worth it versus what's not, I'm going to share with you 5 things that you really don't need to fix when selling your home. So number 1, don't replace the roof. Here's why. Unless it's in really bad shape and failing, meaning you've got water stains on the ceiling, there's water damage in the walls, you don't need to replace the roof. In many cases, we can negotiate credits for the buyers for repairs like this, which ultimately will cost you a lot less than having to replace an entire roof. Or you can get something called a roof cert, which I'm going to come back to. Number 2, don't do partial repairs. Partial repairs seem to send the wrong message to the buyers, as if parts of the home were repaired, but the seller kind of gave up and didn't fix other parts of the home. And I'll give you an example. I took a buyer into a home, this was a few years back, and the homeowner had refinished the hardwood floors in 2 of the bedrooms, but not in the living areas and the hallway. So the floors were really beat up, and then you've got these beautiful floors in the bedrooms. It's either all or nothing. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. So don't do partial repairs. Number 3, don't remodel the kitchen or bathrooms. Why? Well, it can be the proverbial Pandora's box. And unless you're remodeling everything, just remodeling the kitchen, but then leaving the old beat up bathrooms, looks like the house is unfinished. This goes kind of back to the partial repairs. If you have an older kitchen and bathrooms, there are a lot of ways to spruce up these areas without a full remodel. The mistake people make sometimes is that they start doing one room, then realize that doing the one area is now highlighting how old and tired the other areas are looking. So your home should have a cohesive look about it, whether it's older or somewhat remodeled or fully remodeled. So why am I calling out kitchens and bathrooms in this case? Because the common thread when people are thinking about what's going to bring them a higher rate of return for the value of their home is beautifully renovated kitchens and bathrooms. But like I said, if you do one, you should do it all or do them kind of at the same level. So unless you're going to be all in to fully deck out the rest of the house, I wouldn't put your money into renovating the kitchen and bathrooms. Like I said, unless you're going to kind of do them all the same or at the same level. Number 4, don't fix beyond the value of your neighborhood. In other words, don't over improve your house for the neighborhood that you're in. Adding top of the line commercial appliances and high-end finishes won't necessarily yield you a higher price if the homes you're competing against have less expensive finishes. You won't necessarily get the return on investment, but that does play into the market that you're going to be selling your home in. So if you have a lot of competition, putting in higher end finishes may not get you the return you're looking for. If you don't have a lot of competition, then between the market and what you did, you might. And number 5, don't replace flooring. And what I'm talking about here are hardwood floor, narrow plank hardwood floors from like the 50s and 60s. This can get really costly trying to replace these floors, thinking that you need to put what's in right now, the wider plank manufactured wood or wider plank wood flooring. There are really cost-effective ways to refurbish your old hardwood floors, and a lot of people really like the original hardwood floors. I wouldn't replace your original hardwood floors. Now I want to share with you what I would do or what I would recommend doing if you're going to be getting your home ready for the market. So I want to come back to the roof. If your roof is older looking, but it's not failing, however, it could come up on a buyer's home inspection, I would perhaps find a reputable local roofer who does 2-year roof certifications. They can come in, evaluate the roof, and give you an estimate for repairs that would be needed for that roofer to certify the roof for up to 2 years. This way, if it gets called out on the buyer's inspection report, and usually what the inspection report will say is something like, roof is nearing the end of its natural life, recommend further evaluation from a licensed roofing company. You can offer the buyer a credit or have the repairs already done and offer the buyer a 2-year roof certification. Way more cost effective than having to replace the roof or offering the buyer a much higher credit for a new roof. Number 2, I would also have a termite inspection done on the front end. Most likely your buyer is going to get their own, and I cannot tell you how many times over the years buyer's agents have a termite inspection report, they send it over with the inspection report, and it's a termite inspection company that sees an opportunity and it's a overly inflated report and work that needs to be done. Have your listing agent order a termite inspection with a reputable termite company that can do the work needed for a termite clearance for the transaction. You don't necessarily have to do the work, so I wouldn't do the work until you have gotten to the end of your negotiations on repairs with your buyers. Just have a report on hand, and this way you know what has to be done and you can offer that to the buyer instead of them getting their own. Number 3, instead of a full kitchen and bath remodel, consider a cosmetic facelift. Painting old cabinets, adding new fixtures, new light fixtures, new countertops, new hardware, new faucets. This can go a long way and make your tired kitchen and bathrooms look nicely refreshed for the sale process. It's way more cost effective than a full remodel. And coming back to the hardwood floors again, if you have hardwood floors that are in rough shape, consider refinishing them and staining them in a darker color if you have a lot of stains on the wood floors. This is also way more affordable than replacing the floors altogether. And if you have old vinyl flooring, consider replacing that with some cost-effective tile. Bathrooms and kitchens, oftentimes I see vinyl or linoleum and it's torn or old looking. It's not that expensive to replace that with affordable tile. If you want more tips, if you'd like personalized help selling your home, click the links below or scan the QR code on your screen and get in touch with me directly. I would love to talk to you. Selling homes is what I love doing, and I can show you how to get the most for yours. Bye for now. See you soon.